My husband, my love. My forever boy. No offense to my boyfriend.
Or is it Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I want to watch it with my friend.
So you know it already?
I haven't seen this scene yet.
Okay.
Love the Toreador thing. Black pants, red jacket, nice look.
The jumpsuit does nothing for you.
Guess not.
It's so dope. That's great. So you can focus on the animation.
Voice so deep. And I mean, everyone says that the dub is really good, right?
Okay.
I'm just appreciating the voice.
Just this stupid parody where someone dubbed over it and it's just...
Oh my god.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
He's so...
There's your Sakuga.
Oh, I love the music. Some nice choreography.
Just showing off.
He has so much swag.
Yeah, he's showing off.
He's just too
I
cool
love
for
the
just
kind of
a
woman who will
movie.
actually just kill me. God, I love him so much.
The iconic line.
Like, after the series, we'll have to watch the movie too. Well, yep. Like, everything he does ever in his life is just great. The way he moves.
He will escape. Listen to the music,
he
you know,
will.
it's so...
I like his hair. It's so fluffy.
Yeah, he's got a cool design.
Amazing way of using props.
Yeah.
The whole series is on YouTube, so mwah mwah. This man will be the death of me.
That looks painful.
No, he rolled up perfectly, so
Yes, yes.
plot armor.
Your knees would be broken if you landed like that.
True.
You would break your legs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, sure, he
You're
did
right.
his little roly-poly thing, but man's got stick legs. There's no way he survived that fall. Oh, I don't know. She didn't even do the roly thing. She just... Whatever.
I'd probably break my ankles.
So much swag.
Yeah.
The series has such a good soundtrack.
Can you believe this is cell animated? This is entirely cell animation. This is a dream come true. I mean, it's not, but like anything that has to do with my boy Spike.
I'll read you the info. This is a scene from the Cowboy Bebop movie. It came out in 2001. The director is Shinichiro Watanabe and the composer is Yoko Kanno. It is produced by Studio Sunrise, Studio Bones and Bandai Visual. I specifically took the English dub because a certain someone is saying that the English dub is really highly appraised.
What did you say? There's live action coming or what?
Yeah, apparently.
Like, everyone keeps saying how you should watch the dub and not the sub because of
Okay.
Spike's voice actor, because he does such a good job.
Okay.
Who's responsible for Swag Spike? Swike?
Swike.
So we have the establishing shot, right? I think it's important for a fight starts to know where are we exactly. Because
Yeah.
some fights just start with the fighting and you're like, where are we? I don't
It's really
understand.
disorienting.
Shall we talk about the fact that he is undercover, yet of course his best fucking idea is to sweep the walls.
I like that one a lot. Oh, did she catch him? Is she coming back? Gun.
Yeah.
And here you can already see the tattoo that he's interested in.
That is just a cool move, except for the fact that, I mean, anyone who's stood on a broom like that before knows how hard it is to control it and not accidentally smack yourself in the face.
Right, this is the coolest fucking thing. Because it's like turning around and then stepping on the broom.
This one is so nice. The
Yeah.
use of the broom.
Yeah.
It's creative.
Like, even in live action, there's a choreographer for fight scenes, so they don't actually kill themselves while fighting. And usually they also do that for animation, because otherwise it's kind of nearly impossible to have a clear, nice fighting scene. Probably they just had someone be really fucking cool with a broom and copied that, or referenced it heavily, like with the hand that he just floops it around, and then with the shoulders he kind of helps it up until it falls and he grabs it again with his hand.
I would like to be able to animate a broom dance. It's also nice how like the folds of the clothes emphasize the pose. I just love the dynamic poses. Like, whoa. You can really feel the anticipation.
Look at these action poses. Like,
Having dynamic key poses can already do so much for your animation. Like sometimes you can basically just keep it at that and you already know what's going on.
They're like on one place actually, it's just the background moving.
I love how the background is moving not at the same time they are moving. And it's also on ones, so it makes sense.
What's mostly in fight scenes, or what I see in anime over and over again, is that the background is actually 24 frames per second while they animate on 2s at the front. It looks really dynamic and almost like they're animated on 1s, but it's just the background making us believe that it's so smooth.
If the background were to move on 2s, it would be very choppy, I think.
See?
Yeah,
They're on
right.
2s, background is on 24.
This is also a prime example of like the movements are like so quick and sharp, but it's like so nice and has that sort of oomph to it.
There's more impact as well, because you can't just cut him having his hand here, then cut. This gives more power.
Like every single frame, it's very clear what's happening. Like even though she's in front of him, it's still very clear to understand what is going on. And that is very important if you want to have a very fast-paced scene.
Yeah.
Because if your poses aren't clear, it can quickly become very messy and confusing. So this is just great.
This is also great, that she's on the one side looking at him, so we know where he is at the moment, so where's the camera?
If your characters suddenly like switch sides, then it can be really like disorienting for the viewers. So it's really important that you are very conscious about where you put your camera and where you place your characters. I mean, you can also like use the switching of characters as like a device, like a storytelling device, but you have to be like very specific about it and like Also, the camera is slightly tilted downwards to like show like Spike has the upper hand.
Whoa. That was fast. It's actually just one frame,
Oh,
but you do see it. Yeah, it's just really fast.
It is very fast.
Like here, for example, it's like so fast, just like one frame that hits him, and then like with her punch, it's also the same thing, so quick.
Yeah, there's
Just
not
one
much
frame.
in betweening. There's just throwing, like going and then punching.
Yeah.
Here again, there are like 3 frames.
Yeah.
Next pose of broom, 3 frames. Next pose of broom.
And then he goes into the pose, but instead of just having like pose and then he stops, he still has some movement of the body, which is very fucking nice. Well, in contrast, she just gets up and then she stops.
Here, yeah, with the stabbing, like it's so fast, but it has such a nice impact to it.
If you were to actually do the whole process of punch 1, punch 2, punch 3, it would look very slow.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, yeah, of course he dodged that, because it's, you know.
Oh, there's a smear.
And it's also like slightly with a shading smear. Oh, looks like it's broken. But yeah, you can use it, because in the movement, if it works, it works, and it doesn't matter if it's broken or not.
What?
See that hand?
Yes. Yeah. But that's like great. People keep like stopping and they're like, oh, it's not good. But it's a smear frame. It's an in-between. It doesn't need to look good.
Yeah, like with Naruto
Yes.
fights, they're always like, oh my god, it looks so terrible. No, it's supposed to look that way.
I feel like this broken joint here is just a relaxation of the frame before, because here it is so straight and they kind of have to ease it out or something, and that's why she has the broken joint after that.
Even here, when he falls, he has a little lean into his movement before getting up, which is nice.
I think in Japanese animation they use a lot less of squash and stretch, because it's very naturalistic.
The only thing I know about is more like a cultural thing, since we had kind of the era of Rubber House, which everything was very flowy and bouncy. The idea of Japanese animation is more in the like what feels right and what you see and what feelings come across, while Western animation is more like having the illusion of life and actual animation.
Yeah. If they know where to put the budget, it's usually in fight scenes.
Yeah.
You know, because maybe you have a general conversation and they just stand there and they talk and it's just lips flaps and then maybe a movement like this. And this is, but then in fight scenes, they always have subtle movements that really emphasize on like the power of an action and how much damage they took from it. So there's also like the overshoot.
The easy way to lip sync.
Yeah, just...
But hey, it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's minimal, but it is very common in anime.
In cartoons, like, they just have certain shapes for certain syllables, and they just skip from one to one. But if you really take the time to do a lip sync, you actually do the moving part of mouth and chin, and actually the whole face moves, right?
When you're doing the model sheets and everything for the character, you have one for those specific syllables.
Sometimes there are sheets that only have the mouths on them, and there are sheets where you draw the whole face for the mouth movements.
Yeah.
Can I also say that I love how the environment is used? I mean, she has a gun and he has no weapon at all. She could just shoot him point blank and he would be, but she doesn't. And it's the way like he using the fire extinguisher and also his broom, then escaping on the garbage truck.
I feel like this shows what a quick thinker he is.
I think that's what makes a fight great, is using props right. I just love, like, it has this Jackie Chan vibe a bit, like using what he has in the moment and not relying on weapons alone.
I really wonder how they're going to do the fight scenes in live action though, because like, how can you improve on that?
Oh, that's cool.
The fence moves so much faster than he does, right?
Yeah.
And also that the camera is following him. But like they have different layers even in the background where stuff moves closer, faster.
But it's all of these shots are very
You nearly had it cinematographic.
I'm gonna have one of these each episode. Jesus Christ. You follow the person, but you don't go through the fence. You still stay behind it, and you see the action from the other side.
But it also gives this feeling of, okay, he finally got away because we can't follow him up to this point.
I always find it hard to animate people walking straight at you or from you, because you kind of have to show the depth of the legs, like one is further away from you than the other one, but it works really well here.
Just a side note, but Yoko Kanno's soundtrack is so good. And it adds also, I think it adds a lot to like the swagger.
I love Cowboy Bebop.
Same!
Especially for music reasons as well. So
Yes, Watanabe really did a great job with the whole world building, the music, and it all came because he needed to make an anime, and he was like, well, mecha is kind of in, but I really like music, so I want to include that too. I guess bounty hunting in space, and let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for looking at it.